So hello everyone and welcome back to Jagged Alliance 2. This is going to be a little bit of a different kind of an episode for the very fact that I lost the original commentary that I had for this episode, or these episodes, because there would be more than just one. So this is going to be a little bit of a shorter compilation just about all the stuff that I've been doing overall in those episodes. Like for example, here I was able to repair, when Casket came around, the M21 and started using it as a weapon with, of course, Lynx. And then just organizing a few little other things, passing some time and training some militia, nothing really that specifically amazing. Until a little bit of later. The M21 tactical rifle is the sniper version of the M14, an accurate rifle with good stopping power. And then compared it a little bit to this one, which I think that I gave to Hitman after this. Ugly looking rifle. But yeah, M21 tactical rifle now in use as well. And at least it has also way more ammunition than the Dragunov has. So as such, it's a very nice thing to have two of these kind of weapons at hand. Then I'm gonna be starting to move a little bit up in the Drasen. I'm gonna be attacking the mines and seeing how everything will go then. Of course, we have to be taking it under control again.
We have company.
And of course,
Adriana's men are around.
Taking militia with us. That's the natural thing to do. Just showing a little bit where I'm gonna be originally placing these guys, who are then gonna be, of course, attacking to the pool area from that direction approximately. And so the battle shall begin. And of course, militia also starts running into there, fighting. At least it's very useful to have militia around into this kind of assault, though. That's for sure. Here we have a little bit more forward situation when I'm moving Ira
God, that's so revolting.
and Hitman into this rooftop, and Thor and Lynx are on the other rooftop. So I thought that this would be a relatively good placement of them to start taking out the first enemies around these areas. And I'm sure we're gonna be spotting some of the enemies.
What a shame!
Now.
We'll have to do some killing. Verdammt!
Yes, there's a few of them at least. And as they are relatively close by, I think that I could try to throw the mustard grenade there soon enough. We'll see how that will go though. It should be a perfect position for the moment though. It was a shame in a way that it hit that guy into the torso or so, because otherwise it would have gone a little bit more forward, which would have been even nicer. But that guy at least can't do a lot when he's in that mustard gas, that's for sure. So, a relatively nice nonetheless. Not necessarily as good as it could have been, but still, at least relatively nice. And then just preparing for the future turns, of course. We'll see what the opponents try to do. That guy at least stood up and Hitman sees that guy through the window, which is kind of funny. Not that he can really do anything about it, but nonetheless. No action points to be moving up enemies, but of course it's kind of would seem like it's better to still move a little bit so that we wouldn't be spotted as well through the window, or that he can't accidentally shoot us. That would have been a little bit unfortunate.
I have to get out of here!
Not sure about that, but just look in this opponent's turn at least.
Contact.
True. No, I'm not scared. Maybe you are trying to provocate me then to be scared, but there's many guys in there for sure. Here we are then a little bit forward, where that one guy is unconscious in the mustard gas. There's a few other guys and we are starting to be taking care of some of them. I'm pretty sure at least. At least trying to, if nothing else. And Lynx at least is able to hit relatively nicely into the enemy forces. I'm kind of considering about throwing another grenade into there, which I don't think is a bad idea. I kind of was hoping that I could throw the grenade so that it would get this guy more into the master gas direction, which as such is not a bad idea, but it of course didn't take him quite that far. The mustard gas would need to be spreading quite a lot to be able to get him there, but as such not a bad use for a mini grenade. Nothing special for it to be done anyways, or that special. But there is opponents running about there for sure, and they're more concentrated into our militia, but well, they can see our militia, so of course they are concentrated on them. They mostly can't see our own or my own guys that well. There would be such a nice concentration for the grenade, like I'm thinking, but I think it might be a little bit too far away, but it would be such a nice position if he could throw it that far. Not that I think it's possible, necessarily. Then the militia is of course acting and shooting a lot. I'm not skipping this just for the fact that when there would be just a little bit of a skipping nonetheless, well, it wouldn't be that important, I don't think. Just a little bit of the militia's turn as well. How they try to do their best. That the mustard gas did spread though. Not enough to still in any way affect anyone else than that one guy, but at least it indeed is able to affect that one guy. I'm also looking a little bit at this tear gas. That what does it exactly do? I haven't used tear gas that much in the past. It is nice though how you can see about the tear gas radius, end radius and all that stuff too, I would say. I'm trying to see if there would be any way to throw the grenade indeed that far, but it just isn't quite easily possible. What about from the very edge? Not really. I'm thinking about do the other grenades go a little bit easily further than that would go, but it doesn't really seem like it. But I'm still thinking that we probably could at least try to throw one grenade into there. It might go pump into the crowd enough to go far enough to actually do something. So I'm thinking about trying to do that. But we'll see. And it decides to hit the darnable rock and be as such very unuseful, considering that it's just the same guy that was already stunned in the mustard gas. He would never be getting up from there anyways, so very useless, but well, it cannot be helped. But then just need to be taking care of the enemies otherwise. Hitman can try first. Very little damage, but at least something. It's better always to at least be able to do something. Ira doesn't really see anything, so that she could be doing anything special into, well, anywhere, so to speak. I'm just trying to move her a little bit closer to this action than to the, so that she could provide some assistance. But then Lynx can get into the job as well. And that is at least one out of the game.
Too much!
And what about this guy? And second out of the game.
Too much!
So, starting to clear up the place from all the enemy forces. Slowly but surely. Then a little bit forward when our militia is very much indeed attacking forward in there. Most of the enemies from this side has been dealt with. There's plenty of more going in the left side though. But this will be giving us the opportunity to start moving up, and that is exactly what I'm thinking about doing with Thor now. He's so quick. As you can see, he was able to run all the way into here straight from that cover. So that makes him very useful in this sort of well, movement. And he's very quick in staging. He is,
Damn.
well, from crouch to standing up and from standing up to crouching, so he's very useful in a lot of situations. But this was a great opportunity to get him into this rooftop where he can start to throw grenades and stuff into these other enemies.
in a vase, Ace.
But there are a lot of enemies still left in this sector, even if we've gotten an okay start. The militia is trying to be taking care of that one guy left in here. And one even wanted to be going and visiting the Mustard Cast for, well, I don't know what reason, but he wanted to do that anyways. But militia is providing a good fire support and something that the enemy can't be shooting against for sure.
Damn.
So we can be moving into the rooftop. That guy is also indeed already dying, so kind of trying to look where else there is actually some militias dying, and there was there on the left at least that one person who had been killed. I think militia that had not been there before. Not sure, but I think so. And the computer is thinking a little bit. And I'm sure not too long nonetheless. Just trying to be moving into the region where I can try to be starting to throw some new grenades. Come on. It's just like the same feeling like when playing this game, when you just wait for that moment. But it would still feel a little bit silly to be cutting that also as well at this very moment. Trying to look how far, of course, I can be throwing the grenade. Would kind of need to be getting a little bit closer, so that's exactly what I'm doing. And here I skipped a little bit so that I can actually be throwing the grenade. To the next turn, others have been starting to, well, a little bit moving up, I think. Well, some that aren't shooting. Then I'm wondering what I would want to be doing or throwing. But let's see. I'm kind of wondering which point I would want to be throwing the grenade in, but there would be some okay options, but this is the point. I'm not sure if that will be the most effective though at this point, but I was kind of thinking that there would be a little bit more enemies around there than there might actually be. But he is indeed very quick in changing positions or those poses, or what do you call it? Nonetheless, I don't think he uses any action points when he goes from standing position into crouching. So, or pose, yeah. But Lynx is of course clearing the area from some enemies. That is a very nice sniping position. And I think I could be starting to use the M21 relatively soon though. Been using Trakunov for now.
You got my ear.
Both are good guns. Then Ira, what about you? Can you do something? And yes, you can. And one guy out by Ira as well, and the marksman skill increases to 60. So Thor then interrupts one enemy running away, or trying to be running away. Not that we have a very good chance of hitting him, but I think it's still a good thing to just try to hit him. He's saying that they ain't paying us enough, but that kind of means that they are indeed kind of not in the positions that they were in the beginning, so we basically have these areas under control, so I start to be moving my guys up. We notice that a lot of the enemies are here still, so I have Ira in here who first spotted them. Thor is moving up and Hitman is also moving to the roof where Ira is. Ira didn't now of course hit, but Lynx is then going from the right side more to go a little bit more around from that area to flash out the last enemies more into the mine entrance. But Ira, of course, is also already able to try to take care of some
Now
enemies and
that was special.
indeed manages to do so. After this, I a little bit too bravely, in all honesty, was moving with Thor in the middle, which meant that he got hit. But he does manage to, even if he doesn't spot who shot him, he does manage to get away from that situation next, so it's not that big of a deal. Ira is heading that way to heal him soon enough, but first I'm just healing some other militias on the way. Why not? I'm also considering, or I'm going to be saying to them that hold position so that the few militias that are left actually would be staying alive. Plus, of course, healing them might be a little bit easier. Though that guy still decides to be moving, which is kind of annoying, but he picked up the Kevlar helmet, so that's fine.
You got my ear.
Just got to try and heal him up, and heal everyone up with
Ready.
Ira. And Lynx was indeed there. Now we are in positions
Ready.
with Lynx and Thor both stealthing away all the way into here
close.
to try to take out these few last enemies. We are pretty close and clear in this sector, but of course I need to first get a little bit more action points that I could try to think about going and really taking care of her. I do rather go and try to do it with Lynx, but yeah. Then it's just waiting for some more action points. Militia is still keeping themselves alive. Not that there's a lot of militia, but those two nonetheless. Poor and critical militias.
Ready.
Now then, let's see if we can do it. Step out,
Oh, crumbs.
Luke, and aim. And she is dead.
much.
We did do spot one more enemy in here though. But of course Thor can't go and have a look into there, considering that he's aiming right at Thor's direction. So not the best idea to be trying to go there. So rather trying to wait to see about doing something with Lynx, though now he of course is not aiming at Thor either, so of course Thor can then go and take a shot. In all reality he would not have needed to be stealthy anymore, but it doesn't hurt that much. But there, one shot, and Lynx, I'm gonna be trying to see if Lynx can take care of the enemy then, but it's a miss. But there's always next turn, as long as I just put Thor, of course, lay down. But then, next turn, he starts to again look at Thor's direction, so Thor is definitely not going there. But we are able to take care of the last enemy, and this sector is back in our control, so hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.